Yo. Hello, Susan. Have we seen Rand?
He might be out.
No,
He might be out protesting again.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
he's gonna be busy if he's doing that.
Maybe. Oh, there's always something to protest, for sure.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Okay, so why don't we do the first couple of moves in the form?
Okay.
And I want us to have a little practice with that shoulder, elbow, wrist. Catherine did a good job on it this morning. I watched her. She's really who prompted this whole discussion on this. And of course, that's just one example of it, but it's a good example. And she said, I said, "What you did a good job. Really, you did. You improved amazingly since yesterday." She said, "Last night I did it 50 times."
Whoa,
And
what a girl.
that's exactly what you've got to do.
Yeah,
That's what you got to do
really.
to get it, right? Master Zhang used to say, and I used to do it too. He said, it's fine to do the whole form, practice the whole form. You should do the whole form once in a while. But when you're practicing, you can't practice the whole form all the time. You just need to practice little sections. So maybe, the 24 is divided up into 6 move sections. Just pick one section and work on that. Or maybe pick 3 moves, right? So 5, 6, and 7. Or maybe just pick one move. And you might do, the reason you might do 3 moves is to create some context. But really what you're working on is one move. And yeah, that's right, you do it 50 times. Now, maybe not 50 times immediately in a row, but over the course of a couple of days, you do it 50 times. That's the only way to truly get it. All right, let's do that. Let's do the first 3 moves. Okay, so Susan, I was watching you out of one eye. It looked good. Nevertheless, I want you to do it while I watch. All right? First 3 moves. Good. Right? And ran. Let me see it from the beginning.
Okay.
Good. Okay. Relax. Okay, so I know that we're just beginning this session right now, and at the beginning of a session, one's sense of balance tends to be a little asleep still. But what I noticed with both of you guys is a little challenge to your balance. So think about this when you practice. One of the reasons to do Tai Chi slowly is to constantly check in on your balance. Can you, when you're doing a move, what happens a lot of times is that people are actually losing their balance. And so they rush to regain their balance, so to speak. Right? So I'm losing my balance. Oh, let's hurry up and I'll regain my balance. Hold on just a second. I'm getting allergies, guys, from all these weird plants up here in the Northwest.
Wait till the weekend when you come to the grass seed capital of the world.
Well, we're going to bring some good Claritin when I come. So think about this when you do it. You guys know that each move is made up of yin and yang cycles. At any place in those cycles, the yin or the yang or in between, you should be balanced. So do it slow. However slow you're doing it, slow it down 50%. And just check in with yourself. Are you either rushing ahead in order to disguise the fact that you've lost your balance, or are you slowing up in order to disguise the sense that you've lost your balance, right? You got to keep your balance, because without your balance, there's no grounding, there's no martial side of this. You'll just fall over. So when you do a move like this, you should be balanced at each of those points. Now, I did that actually pretty quickly, but you can do them really, really slowly. There's a famous story. I don't think I've got this book anymore. Anyway, Chen Zhenghua wrote a book called The Way of Huanyan. And in it, he tells a story about working with Master Feng. So he and Chen Shang went to Ditan Park to meet Master Feng one day, and Master Feng said, let's do some meditation. It was about 11 o'clock in the morning, and so, all right, they started meditating. And he said an hour went by, and Master Feng was still meditating, hadn't said anything. Chen Shang and I were starving to death, so we very quietly left and went and had lunch. And then they came back, and Master Feng was still standing there in meditation. Right? He'd been there for 2 hours. So he used to meditate like that all the time. Why? There are Tai Chi masters in China who don't do any other training other than standing and meditation. That's all they do. Kevin, didn't Michael Dorgan mention one of those guys in his book? I think he did. Told a story about him.
Yeah, I think so. I can't remember his name.
A guy was meditating, and another student came up to this guy who was meditating, and he saw he was meditating, so he went away, and then he came back. He's still meditating. He went away. He came back. So hours and hours and hours, maybe even days went by. Finally, he reached out and touched him on the arm, and the guy threw him instantly. Why do they meditate like that? Because you've got to have you absolutely must have a quiet mind. And we all think we have quiet minds, but we don't. Not even close. So your sense of balance and a quiet mind, in a sense, are the same thing. So you can practice your balance just by standing and meditating. You don't even need to be moving. Just meditate and quiet down. Second thing, the hands in Tai Chi are like semaphores. You know what a semaphore is, right? Like those those old semaphores for railroads, and they before they had telegraph, they had semaphores all through Europe, right, to send news from one side of the continent to the other. So your hands have a very particular job. Watch my hands. I'm going to do this slowly and exaggerate this a little bit. You know? The hands should never be stiff, but they should be full, empty and full. So the hands do not do this. They do this. It's the difference between this and this. When they come down, when they're out like this, your fingertips should be activated. When you come down, your palms should be activated. When you're doing this move, what's being activated?
Forearm.
The underside of the wrist. Why does your hand go up? Because that puts the energy on the bottom of the wrist. If it's like this, it's on the top. If it's like this, it's on the bottom. You can feel it. It will take you several years to catch on to that through the whole form, but you should start to look a little bit at those things. Another reason to go slowly. Right, Rand?
My problem is that I'm looking at you and then I'm doing it at the speed you're doing, and that's obviously not the way to go.
Well, nothing wrong. You can. It's better to do it slowly because there's so much going on. But if you want to do it fast, you got to practice slow. All right, let's go on. We went up through single whip before, yes? And then we did white crane too, or not?
I'm sorry, what are you talking about? Doing the 83 again?
Doesn't matter, 83, 24, they're all the same.
Okay, well, I'm not sure what you...
In detail, didn't we go through the...
Oh, in detail. I think we got up to white crane, but I'm not sure.
Let's just
Been a while.
Let's go from single whip.
Okay.
Let me see if I can get Annie in here a minute. Honey, can you come do a demo of this? This transition is kind of tricky. So it's kind of idealized, right? But basically what you're doing is, so you turn and face the screen, right? And just hold that hand up there. Okay. Basically what you're doing is this. All right? You have all the leverage. You can increase it. You can increase it just by stepping forward. All right? You can, I'm going to give her a little bit more energy. You can put her down by using your arm on her tricep here. Boom. All right? Thank you so much. All right, so, all right, it's pum, lu, on, chi. So the pung and the lu are positioning. On is making contact. G is the actual martial application. Pum, lu, on, contact, G, move forward. Moving her forward. So pung, position, lu, position, on, contact, G, move forward. Does that make sense? So that's what's going on. That's how you make that turn, how you, and why you make that turn. Hold on, let me adjust the camera just a bit. Now for the 83, you do a variation on that. So you're going to go straight from that kind of movement into an uppercut and the chin up, the trap and chin up. Hung, Lu, on, and through. All right, so the movement in the 24 gets transformed into the movement in the 83. So it gets transformed into Buddha's warrior. Make sense? Everybody understand? So the 24 like this. The 83 like this. Susan, let me see you do both of those. Watch, Susan, watch me do the 83 again. There are different ways to do this, but watch the rhythm of what I'm going to do here. One, two. All right, 1, 2. Try it again. One, two. Try to differentiate them a little more. Think about the first Buddha's warrior in the move, in the form. Let me do it. All right. 1, 2. So there's a real separation of the arms and hands. The same thing is happening here. 1, 2. One, two. Good. All right, Ram, let me see you do it. First the 24, then the 83.
I always find it hard to start in the middle of a move.
That's okay, you're doing the 83.
Yeah, yeah. I got used to the 83s, and I'll try to do the 24. Just as
Good. All right. Let's go on with this move now. And on the 83, the white crane, the first white crane, it just uses one hand. So instead of this, it's very much like catching someone's hand and just moving it down. All right, so the first thing is pay attention to your daimai. All right, this is all. Let me get a danjian here too. This is all about the danshan and the daimon. It's going to turn, turn, turn. All right. All right, so the first part in particular is just about turning. And you turn, you snap to the left. So your chi should be over here. All right? And then as you relax, where does your chi go? You've brought the chi over on this side. So it's over here, supporting that hand. Now, where does it go when you do this?
Back to center. Back to.
Yes. But how does it get there?
You're turning back.
Does it come like here?
Yeah.
No.
No.
It goes around and back.
Ah.
It goes in back to your spine, and now it goes across the back and comes out here, and you let it lift your hand. It's as if a breeze of air is coming in there. It goes in the back, across your spine, out to your right hip, and that lifts your hand and brings it around.
Oh, cool.
The point of that is, don't forget you've got a back. It's really easy to forget the back's there. All right? This, I've got it on here, but the truth is it goes all the way around your body. Well, theoretically anyway, if your body's a little smaller than mine, it goes all the way around your body, all right? It goes all the way around. Right? Hip, shoulder, elbow, wrist, push. This part of the move is called fan dan bien. Kevin, what does fan dan bien mean?
Reverse single whip?
Yep. Right, it's the same as this single whip, only now it's on this side. Boom. So let's do this move. Right, all your weight on the right. Turn your waist to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right. Push. Sink in the center. Left. Right. Left. Across your back. Out your right hip. And fan dan bien. All right, Susan, let me see you do it. Good. And ran. Good. Okay, I'm going to do it again. I want you to watch the timing, the left side of my body versus the right side of my body, or the right versus left, but just left and right. Now, hopefully you could see the hands are not moving together. One, two, one, two, one, two, one, two, one, two. Now, the left and then the right. You see what I'm saying? Let me do it this way. Left and then right. Let me see you do it. So, okay. So to watch this hand. This point, watch this hand, this point here, right here. Watch. This is actually a throw, and it's done with that acupuncture point. And when you do it, often your fingers are down, but you're still using that point itself, right? So this point is coming in and pressing, and it's your daimai that's making that happen. Shifting your weight from right to left, turning your daimai. Pong Lu. Right? So it comes up and then it's coming across. Let's see if I can get Annie. Can you come for another demo? All right. She can't come, she's cooking. Imagine you've got your somebody is coming in here, right? They're coming in here. They're already moving in this direction. You just bring your hand behind them, and then you shift your weight from right to left, and you turn your dantian or your daimon. Right? Right there. This part of the move right here is called moi. Sounds French, doesn't it? Moi. But what it means is to paint, like painting a. Let me get a brush here. All right, like to paint. Moi. Moi. See, my fingers become the bristles of the brush. But you lead with that acupuncture point. One more. Left and then right. Okay. That takes up the time for today. So work on that this week, and then we'll take a look at it next Saturday. Oh, I guess we'll be at the retreat next Saturday. See, we won't take a look at it, but we'll take a look at it when we get back. Okay.
All right.
So Ran, Kevin and I are going to try to set up Zoom at his place out in the tent where we're going to do the retreat. And then we'll basically broadcast it live. So you'll be able to check in. Now, nobody's going to be managing the camera. The camera's just going to be, if this works at all, the camera's just going to be set up, and whatever you get.
So I'll be stalking you guys, basically.
Yeah, exactly. You can stalk us, right?
Okay.
Excellent. Okay, guys, we'll see you next time.
Yeah.